Before going to a bit more details about this training program, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Venkat. I am into our IT service now space for last 13 years. Currently, I am working as an architect and senior ServiceNow software engineer. My expertise is around working in different models of ServiceNow and architecting integrations on ServiceNow platform and the delivery side of it. Right. And you must be having a question like who are all suitable for this training program? Anyone having a slight bit of coding experience or someone having a touch to IT in any way or someone is already learned something on IT space. So these kind of a people or a candidates will be will pick these things very easily with a bit of effort. So the course that we made right now, the training program that we made right now, in keeping in mind of all type of candidates, expecting someone having few years of experience, someone is just learning a service now. So it is blended in a way that everyone will get benefit out of it. Everyone will get a benefit out of it. So if you have any queries in terms of your adaptability to ServiceNow platform, I'll be in touch with one-on-one if you would like to have some time from my side. So that's okay as of now. But what I'm trying to say here is the training program itself designed keeping in a mind that okay, we will be having a mixed set of candidates will be joining and taking this training program. But I'm excited to see all of you joining here and taking this journey for the ServiceNow developer admin roles in coming days. And I'm happy to be part of your journey. So most of you have a slight understanding about what is ServiceNow and what exactly it offers to the businesses, why it is such a demanded application or a platform in current industry. We will go into the details in a bit, but ServiceNow is invented or founded in 2004 by Fred Ludy. There are handful of people who is working on ServiceNow. Back then, it is not a ServiceNow, the company of a name. It is a GlideSoft. Only two, three people, along with Fred Ludy, they are working on the GlideSoft. Then I think it is in late 2000s and early 2010, the ServiceNow platform is coming to picture and businesses are starting using it extensively and it became one of the hot cake in the market. So if you look at it, it is having around close to 15 years of a business track record in the market. You might see in an application in an year which is very demanded and next year it will be vanished. There won't be any opportunities or there won't be any career growth in those applications. But if you look at ServiceNow, it is having a 14, 15 years of record in the market and you can expect same kind of demand in next coming days as well. I would i would say Java is one such an application of the platform which is having long demanded in IT. Post that in the platform side of it, I would say ServiceNow. I don't see any other application in terms of having this much of consistency demanded over the years for last 15 years, right? But what is ServiceNow? Why this application is so much in demand? Before I'm going to go in those details, do we have any questions as of now from any one of you?
I have one question, what would be the percentage of service now that would be more like developer and the administration side, like that would be covered for this?
Okay, so you are trying to understand what will be the time that we are spending on administration topics and developers topics. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this program is mostly towards tilted to the development because right now we have vast openings for the developer. But we can't go just jump into the application side of it, not covering the administration stuff. And some of the administration topics will overflow or overlay into the developer topics as well. So I would say 75% of our training content and training program is for the application development side of it, and 20% we will be covering the administration side of it. But what I mean by 20, the remaining 80% we will be touching in the developer side of topics. We're not going to leave that alone. Is it making sense?
Okay. Yes, yes. Thank you.
So we will be spending most of our time on application development side of it, but we'll also cover the administration topics whenever that is overlays with the administration stuff. But we will cover the administration basic initially for 20%. And when I say the application development, it also includes the integrations of ServiceNow. There will be integrations. We will be touching on application development, and we will be touching on advanced scripting and coding in the ServiceNow application development. We'll also touch how to create custom applications within the ServiceNow. So we are not leaving anything in this way. Is that answers your question?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, please? Okay. So, what is ServiceNow? What exactly ServiceNow offers to the businesses? So, ServiceNow is the one application which digitalize the processes within the businesses. It digitalizes the processes in the businesses. For example, let's say you take a geo, like you are the consumer of a geo network. If you have any issue with the data, what you will do? You normally interact with the customer care support, or you interact with one of the option that is there in the mobile. What happens here is you are trying to connect with the providers, and the provider should have the record, right, that okay, so and so has connected for the issue. In back in days, if digitalization is not there and if ServiceNow is not there, they will be handling in a way in an Excel or some other tool. But ServiceNow brings that digitalization to the businesses, end-to-end digitalization to the businesses. That's why they say it works, it makes the workflow. It's not a workflow, it makes the workflow. It creates a digitalizations of the every businesses, right? For example, if you're in insurance, so in the insurance, you will be booking for the hospitalizations, right? While you want to submit these claims, while you want to process the claims, ServiceNow is coming to picture to have the system to maintain those records or even to integrate the healthcare systems. Okay, that's what they say, that they will convert your businesses and make these businesses in the digitalization. I'm giving you more on the benefits to the businesses, not to you right now. Why? What is ServiceNow? ServiceNow, why companies are started using ServiceNow? Why we are learning ServiceNow? I'll come to that point in the next couple of minutes. But we should also understand why this tool is so much in demand. Why businesses are spending money to use the ServiceNow platform? Because they are getting a benefit of it. What is the benefit? It digitalizes these businesses. What is the digitalization in the next step? It streamlines the processes. It streamlines the processes. For example, if you are an insurancer, if you're someone who have an insurance and you want to claim something, so there is a process, right? You have to submit the document, they have to approve it, they have to review it, they have to send this to finance department to clear that. This is the process. And ServiceNow streamlines this process with their capabilities in a better way. That's called digitalization and streamlining the processes. For example, in IT, for example, you're working for an IT company. Let's say you're working for JP Morgan. In the JP Morgan, you join there, you have a laptop, and Outlook is not working. What should you do? For example, you joined a company and your Outlook is not working. What is the first thing that you will do?
Reach out to a service desk of that company.
So you will reach out to the service desk of that particular company, and what you will do?
Raise a request that I'm encountering this issue with the Outlook app.
You are saying the raise a request. That means that they have some system to raise it, right? Behalf
Yes,
of you. That
yes.
so so some user have some difficulty accessing the Outlook, right? That is the medium that ServiceNow creates it. That's a digitalization that ServiceNow creates it. Once you create the request, what will be happening? It just keep it as it is? No. It will have a time bounded response from the support teams. Boss, there is some user who is having an issue, and you have to fix that issue within 6 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours. That processes or streamlines which application does? ServiceNow does. Otherwise, you keep on calling them, boss, I have issue, same issue for next day, next day, next day. Since it needs a time bounded and it needs a processes, we need a system in place. Back then, there are other systems like HP, other systems like CA Service Desk, other systems like BMC Remedy. Those are all vanished once ServiceNow introduced or ServiceNow come into picture. Then connects the systems. Then connects the systems. What does mean by connects systems? So how does ServiceNow gets the data from external systems? You have a company, you have the specific user sitting in Azure. Azure is nothing but AD, right? AD directory. Let's say there is another system which in your company. If ServiceNow is not compatible, ServiceNow don't have the capability to connect systems. Is it a worth spending money on ServiceNow? No. It also very easy to connect system. That's where we will use integrations here. Am I going a bit faster here, or everyone following?
Following.
Great. What about others?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So
Yes,
that's
good.
where, thank you. That's where we will be using the integrations. And when you start working as a developer, there will be a business requirement, boss. We need to get the data from X application to ServiceNow. We need to put the data from ServiceNow to Y applications. And we have to exchange the data between application A and application B to ServiceNow. This is all happens seamlessly within the ServiceNow over the REST API integrations, right? That's one type of integration. And another type of integration that we can think of right now is, or very popular is, you have IT systems, you have a finance systems, you have a HR systems in a business. Am I correct? In an organization, you have an
Yes.
HR system which manages your human resource information and stuff like that. There is a finance request which will look into finances of the organization. There will be IT department which will specifically looking into IT needs of your company employees and the providers that you're serving it. So we need a system which connects all these systems together. And ServiceNow is one of the system. There is no competitor for ServiceNow in current industry which provides this kind of a large scale services. ServiceNow has a system for HRSD that's called HR Service Management. That is one of the module in ServiceNow, and you have a finance and you have an ITSM that is called IT services. You name it, any businesses for the telecom, for the retail, everything right now. ServiceNow has these capabilities inbuilt, and this will interconnected one by one to exchange data to create this seamless work and digitalization of the process. So what business needs a CEO or CFO of company, what he wants to take the decision very fast by looking at the data, by looking at the data, by looking at the trends, he wants to take a decision. So ServiceNow is the one which integrates all the systems in the businesses and give you the trends to the businesses. Okay, boss, we are doing very well in this area. We are doing very well in this area. This is the revenue of this. This is the revenue of this. So this type of all kind of integrations and connect will be happening through these connect systems. We'll get into that how we can integrate within different system when we are discussing in technical side of it. But understand this is where ServiceNow very powerful in this area as well. Then empowers employees is, for example, I've said one example wherein I have an issue while I joining in a company that I am not able to access Outlook or I'm not able to access my laptop. Then when I call to the support center or when I call to the customer care, what they will do? They will create a record for you. It could be an incident or it could be a record. Any one record they will create it. So, and next step is it goes and it will be worked by some support group, right? For example, it is Outlook related team will work on it. So in order to work on that particular issue, what that person required, does he require more information about who is the user, when he's joined, what is his computer, what is the Outlook he's using, what is his credentials, everything he required, right? Otherwise, how he will solve your problem, right? So if the support team wants to resolve your issue, he needs to have more information about it, right? So ServiceNow provides it. Boss, this is a user. He is like he is Sai and he joined so and he is the first time logger. He has this difficulty. His MSID is this, his location is this, his email address is this, his phone number is this. So that it empowers the employees so that the person who is working on it can have the higher chances to fix the issue. I'm just giving you a simple business case, but there will be more complex case when you are working with the businesses that okay, there is a server down, right? There is a server down, there is a hard disk failure. So if the server down, we need the metrics. How long the server is running? When the server is last rebooted? What is the application that newly installed which caused this issue? So these are all information. If you have at your hand tips, it will be easy to resolve the issue, right? That's where ServiceNow is very powerful, that it empowers employees by providing as much as information to solve these issues. Am I making sense here with this statement?
Yeah.
No. The next one is improves the customer experiences. Improves the customer. This is one side of it. Again, in the ServiceNow side, one side, wherein let's imagine you have a portal. There is a portal where you can self-service your issues. Self-service your issue. That means that if you have an issue, you don't have to you don't have to depend on any other person Give me a second. You don't have to depend on any other person, right? You don't have to depend on any other person. With the knowledge article, with the self-service articles, you can resolve issue by itself, by yourself. Okay, looking at, okay, if Outlook is not working, then I have to hard reboot or I have to clear some files. If you have that information is available, then you can solve that issue by yourself, right? So in ServiceNow, we have a portals and we have right now chat facility, AI facility where you can interact with the chat saying that, okay, I have an issue with an Outlook. Can you help me how to fix it? So it gives you a steps to check if the issue is rectified or not. That's called customer experience, improves a customer experience. Okay, these are in a broad range why businesses are putting money and why they have started using ServiceNow and continue using it from last 15 years. I'll come to those points a bit more later. There are a few more reasons why ServiceNow been very demanded, but on a major level, these are the benefits or the uses of ServiceNow in an businesses, and that's why it is it's very demanded application current market. That's one part of it. Then the important part is why we need to learn ServiceNow. Okay, this is a demanded. It has a more opportunities, but how it is how can I learn it? If I learn it, what is the advantages of it? The first thing, the most important thing is you can directly work on ServiceNow instance without shelling out any penny from your pocket. That is the important point here. So ServiceNow, for you, every one of you can create a new ServiceNow development instance for you, and you can practice on it, and you can learn ServiceNow directly, and this will be equivalent to you working in any company. So you have an opportunity right now to learn ServiceNow without spending money directly on ServiceNow instance, and that will be equivalent to you while you are working in ServiceNow in any organization. So you can directly work ServiceNow on ServiceNow platform, and you can practice anything on ServiceNow platform. Is there any other tools like this? You can name it. There will be very one or two tools like this. But ServiceNow provides you a free ServiceNow application for you with your email, just with your email address, and you can learn and you can practice everything in ServiceNow. For example, I am working in last 13 years, right? I don't do all my R&D stuff and all the work indirectly in my company ServiceNow instance. Before that, I'll go to my personal development instance, which I created with my personal email, and try to see how it's behaving there. Then I'll move that code, I'll use that knowledge and try to create that in my ServiceNow Office ServiceNow account. This is very powerful, guys. Um, I think the power of it you will get to know while you are working in it. Is there any questions here?
One question, how does ServiceNow compare with, say, Top Desk? I know, ServiceNow has got the years to prove, but feature-wise, is there, s- like, I know ServiceNow is still a market leader, right?
Yeah. So you're trying to understand the comparison between two different applications?
Yes, yes.
Okay. That is irrelevant right now because it could be for various reasons. Um, First thing is you need resources to work on it, and you need documentation to learn on it. And businesses right now to is looking into more digitalization, which caters for multiple areas of work. I'm not sure top desk or which application that you prefer. I'm not sure what is the capabilities of it, but ServiceNow is having a wide range of products, and connecting these products together, businesses are getting benefit out of it. They in the last 15 to 15 years of journey, there are plenty tools just came in and went by. But I'm not saying that whichever the tool that you're saying that is less or high. But for my understanding, when I look at the ServiceNow has a track record for like last 15, 16 years. Okay. And the for us the opportunities are important, and we are expecting the same kind of a demand for next decade, next 10 years as well, right? So there is no point, um, looking right now ServiceNow. I don't think that I have thought through any point of time that I need to learn some other application because of the market situation. You have a lot of things in ServiceNow. You'll not get a time to learn a different model within the ServiceNow. So you will be occupied so much into ServiceNow stuff. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. So the next thing that we need to understand is it creates its modules, it its solutions for best practices, looking at the best practices over the few few years, and they streamline these processes and improve these processes years over and over the years again and again. Right now, these processes and the solution that they provided, it's a world class, right? It's a very matured application right now. It's a very matured application, and and these processes are very streamlined. Once you learn these processes, you can replicate these processes in any businesses. What I mean is, right now you spend time on right now. Any one of you will learn application developer. You can repeat the same skill set in any organization that you're going to join in. There won't be any much difference. These practices will be same in company X and company Y with a little bit changes, which is very native to those businesses. Okay. Then there is one more important for us to incline to service now is there are 500K plus service now professionals in our community. So if you have a vast community, what is the advantage here is if you have a problem anywhere, you learn service now, you landed up in a job, you started working on it, and you have a challenge right now. So how do you counter this challenge? You need some external help, right? So ServiceNow has a vast community and one of the best community that I've seen as so far. If you post something that boss, I have an issue, I have this error, how to solve it, you will get n number of responses from the community that okay, you can solve this issue like this, you can try this, you can try that, and so eventually within a day you will be solving that issue. So you can happily say that you have you don't have any challenges, or you don't put into a block spot any point of service, any point of time in ServiceNow development. And ServiceNow documentation is so much clear that you will get this information from the document itself. I'll give you a classic example. I worked in one of the tool back then in early days. There is no community, much community. There is no proper documentation, and businesses wants that to be completed as soon as possible. What will be the pressure? How you tackle that situation? But here you have a vast community. You can get responses within few minutes of time once you post it in the community, and you have a proper documentation. You have everything that readily available to exercise and use it. And even you right now, YouTube, if you put something on YouTube, you will get number of recommendation how to solve this. So, that's one of the best, what I would say, the advantages of learning service now and growing service now. This really helps you to grow in the next levels. Is there any questions here? Is there any questions here as of now?
One question, like I think the integrations also have been always increasing. That's one of the main plus points of ServiceNow, apart from the customer handling experiences, etc.
Yes, yes. It is a very strong capability from ServiceNow day one. That integration, it is having a seamless way of integration with any other application. It supports all the um,
Cloud
latest
platform.
methodology, yeah, latest methodologies in integrations, be it OAuth, be it token based, be it REST APIs, SOAP APIs, everything you name it with any other cloud platforms. It is very compatible and very secure as well. It provides those features with the security as well. So right now, 85% of percentage of Fortune companies are using ServiceNow. Would you believe that in the world, out of 100, 85 Fortune companies are using ServiceNow? How much it occupies the businesses? And as you said, this is one of the reasons they have the strong capabilities in all areas, including integration. Any questions? And you can also get certification in ServiceNow, and you can be a differentiator within the ServiceNow developer, ServiceNow community as well, saying that you have a certifications and you have a resume to show that certifications, that you have completed ServiceNow certifications. That's also added advantage, right? These are the reasons why we should learn ServiceNow, and these are the benefits for you personally to learn ServiceNow. And to learn ServiceNow, you must have also an opportunity, right? And previously, whatever we completed, discussed, that's why businesses are using it, and this is the reasons why we should learn service. But what will be the career path for you? What are the different models that are or how your career journey will be there in service now? Normally, at the very basic, you will be having service now administration. Very few companies are expecting service now administration as a different to service now development, right? I'm again repeating myself. Very few companies are looking administration is different than development. Most of the companies expecting developers to be a multi capabilities wherein they do the administration and they do the development work. Am I making sense? So our focus area is ServiceNow application development, not the ServiceNow administrator. Because if you learn this, you'll also getting to learn ServiceNow administration. And next one is you will have a ServiceNow implementers. So ServiceNow implementers is just that they will set up and they will go. They won't do any enhancements and something like that. That's also very few roles that you will have. but majority roles you will be having ServiceNow application developer. Okay, and so how the career path will be. So these numbers right now is irrelevant, but don't look at this numbers of 1 to 3 years, 4 to 7 years. Those are irrelevant at this point. You're expected to be at a ServiceNow developers from first year onwards. So initially, the normal career path is you will be administrator, then you will be a ServiceNow developer come implementer, then you will be promoted to a ServiceNow architect with an experience. Then you will be expected to manage ServiceNow as a ServiceNow application manager. Is there any questions as of now?
To prepare for certifications, like to have access itself to ServiceNow, how does it work? Like, can we create a trial account or?
Yes, yes. For example, if you look at it, this is my trial account. Okay, this
Okay.
is developer.servicenow.com. I've created just with my Gmail account. I don't have to. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to pay anything. I just need an email address, and I can create one account with the ServiceNow developer.servicenow.com. I'll get these details, and we will be covering this as well. That I'll be working with all of you to create a personal developer instance. But if you want, since you are asked that question, so you can go to the developer.servicenow.com and register yourself. And once you registered, it will be asking you here the start building and stuff like that. Once you click on it, this
Is
is
it,
your. Mhm.
sorry, it doesn't require any like entering credit card details or?
No, no, no,
Okay.
nothing like that. You don't have to. You don't have to give any credit details, or it is free of cost. But the thing is, you should start using this application within once in 10 days. If you are not touching this instance for 10 days, continue 10 days, this application will be elapsed.
Okay.
So it will not be there for you forever. So there is a rule that you start using this application continuously, then it will be there with you forever. For some reason, you don't touch this application for continuously 10 days, the service now takes this instance back to themselves because you're not doing any
I,
performance. Yeah, you're
yeah.
not doing any activity on it. We will discuss
Got, yeah.
this. Will discuss. And you can also have course content and free course content and something like that in now service now learning with the basic. Some of them are free of cost, some of them are involves in a cost. But this is also one place where you can, you know, learn few things, right? So this is very open application, guys. That you will have everything that is up to your interest to learn and grow in this area. There is no one stopping you. That's for clear. All the things that is free and readily available. Just that you need to learn and grow in this area. So these are the normal career path once you started learning service now. But I think one more thing that I would like to touch base in this today's session before we are winding up here is why we discussed so many reasons why companies are using service now, but these are three reasons also very important for us. It's not easy for an application for the platform like ServiceNow to be in the top player in the market, occupying 90% of the business, unless it is doing continuous innovation every year, every quarter. Do you think in the current market, if you don't do innovation with the rapid changes that are happening, will the platforms will be relevant to current date? No. If you missed or if you are just not doing anything for 1 year, you will go on out of market. So ServiceNow is very good at it. They'll keep innovating themselves every quarter, guys. This is not year. They'll keep innovating. They'll keep releases new versions. They'll keep releases new enhancements on every quarter within the year. That's why they're able to maintain that rank in the market. I'm not boasting right now because I'm working on ServiceNow, but that's a true. And from the development side of it, if you want to code in any other application, it will take a sprint or it will take a 10 days or 12 days or 14 days to develop and push the code into production. But ServiceNow, it is very seamless. The code migration, the development is rapid pace that you can do things very quickly. And that's what business require, right? Business wants to complete the work as soon as possible. They don't want to delay things. That's why companies have started using service. And before we are going to touch base, I have I want to discuss the course content as well. Before I'm going to the course content, is there any questions right now with the introduction? I'll be
All
sharing this.
good. Yeah,
I'll be sharing this PPT with all of you so that you can review one more time. But is there any questions for us right now?
all good as of now.
Okay. What about others? Okay. Let me let me share my that PPT as well. Give me a second. So um, give it a second. Right. The course content that we will be covering here. So the fundamentals we'll also cover here. The fundamentals required for this is JavaScript fundamentals and bit of tables and fields and relationships. This will be covered as a prerequisite. Then post that we will be working on the ServiceNow overview and introduction that is already been completed. Next, we will be working on user interfaces, forms, lists, and these are the prerequisites for us to go into the development. Then we will be looking at the client script, UI policies, access groups and users as an administration stuff, and how to manage mid servers as an administration stuff. How can we impose security as an administration stuff? In the development, we will be coming with scripts. In the in the development side, we will be working on client scripts, UI policies. So I'll be forwarding this curriculum to you, and this will be designed in a way that once you completed this course, you will be having a robust knowledge on development areas of it. And along with this content, we'll also provide a daily presentation that is I have used for the um, explaining the topics, and also the technical side of it will provide the documentation for you, and also a recording session also shared with you. And any external material, any external use cases also shared with you. These are all the four different types of document that will be shared with you on daily basis once we complete the session. This session will be there for an hour, close to an hour, or 1 hour 10 minutes if it required. But I think this is what we will be covering going forward for the next couple of weeks. Is there a question right now on the course content? You have any questions on this as of now?
What is the developer-based programming language that is used in ServiceNow?
We will be doing that in JavaScript.
JavaScript.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mostly we'll also working with the tables and fields and columns, stuff like that. So we'll be covering that RDBMS fundamentals about column table relationship here as a prerequisite.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll if you have any further questions on this, feel free to contact me as well. So we'll be scheduling follow up training program from tomorrow onwards. So I'm looking forward all of you joining in there and continuing this journey. And I'll wish you a good luck for your ServiceNow development career. So with that, we are concluding today's session introduction.